Donald Trump is in the midst of many legal battles right now, but Fox News contributor Dr. Janette Nesheiwat said even if the 77-year-old ends up behind bars, he can still rule the country. On Fox News, outnumbered, retired NYPD Inspector Paul Morrow said a lot of people want a candidate that they feel comfortable with as the 2024 election looms. I think that's a misconception. I think that a lot of Republican, especially primary voters, are reacting to the drama and saying, these prosecutions are selective, this Colorado nonsense shouldn't stand, it's splitting the country, and I'm going for him, he said. Kennedy then asked what happens if he is indicted at some point? To which Nesheiwat replied, he can be president from jail if he has to. But I think to your point, Paul, despite all the threats, despite all the charges, Republicans are still rallying around Donald Trump. She continued that Democrats stoop so low out of fear and desperation because they have no other choice, they have no other nominee other than Biden, they know that he's going to end up being the nominee. They're taking all these actions, look at the FBI raid in Mar-a-Lago, trying to kick him off the Colorado ballot, these frivolous charges by our district attorney here in New York and in Georgia, but I think it comes down, yes, in 2 weeks, the Iowa caucus. As OK previously reported, Trump said at a campaign in October that he would be willing to go to jail if that's what it takes for our country to win and become a democracy again. However, Alyssa Farah Griffin, who used to work for Trump, said he's actually terrified of the repercussions. It's kind of vintage Donald Trump, Griffin, who is now a co-host on The View, said during an interview with CNN. He's known for these kinds of unhinged holiday rants, and then he follows up with a clip of him on Home Alone 2. Listen, it shows that Jack Smith lives in his head in a very big way. He is very concerned about the DOJ investigation into the events around January 6th. This is the driving force behind his political campaign. She continued, as much as his campaign advisors would want it to be the economy, jobs, foreign policy, he keeps going back to the fact that he honestly is worried that he will end up in jail. He needs to get elected president to pardon himself. So kind of his true colors are showing when he makes it all about Jack Smith, and then puts a bow on it with the old rotten H at the end. Others have also said it's likely Trump, who faces 91 charges across 4 criminal charges, will be locked up. I think the odds of a conviction are extremely high. It's important to recognize who the witnesses are against Donald Trump. These are not Donald Trump's enemies or opponents, these are not angry Democrats, Glenn Kirshner, a U.S. attorney, said.